trying to get A Quirk of Felt on. We've just tried doing a Facebook Live, and I hate Facebook. I'm more of an Instagrammer. And we couldn't get it to work, so we thought we'd pop over here and see if we can get it to work here. So let me see if I can add you. Bear with me a second, guys. Yay! Did I add you into the video over you? I'm so rubbish at these lives.
Am I here?
You are here! Hello! Hi, Kath.
Hi!
I think we'll stick to Instagram. It's so much easier.
Oh, I tried to do it on the laptop, and now it's telling me that the code they sent me is the wrong code. So I went back to the phone again.
Yeah, I find everything's done on the phone. I've got a bit of a funny hand going off. How are you? It's nice to meet you.
And you? My friend lives up in Wallasey. Wallasey.
Oh, Malta. Yeah.
So
not far.
I was brought up in Thurso in the north of Scotland.
Ah, lovely. Well, I'm from Nottingham, so we just moved up here a couple of years ago, but we absolutely love it. It's just so nice.
It's a beautiful place to be. I've been to Orkney, never went to Shetland, but my dad's boat came from Shetland.
Ah,
yeah.
I'd love to go over there to Orkney. My friend wants to move there.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know what it's like now because I was up there. I left in 1972, but to me it's my home up in the north of Scotland.
Oh, that's so nice.
Can't see a blink of
people always go on about the bad weather, but I just think the scenery just outweighs the bad weather and the wind and the rain.
Yeah, well, you get used to it. I know when I moved down to London, and the girls I was nursing with, the minute they saw me put a cardigan on, they said it must be really, really cold because I never bothered with the temperature because I've been used to about 10 degrees cooler anyway.
Yeah. You acclimatise, don't you? Because now when it's like 13 degrees, we're all out sunbathing and in the sea.
Yes.
Back in Nottingham, if it was that, I'd have the heating on, I'd have my big coat on, my woolly hair.
Yes. I know exactly where you're coming from.
They're in the big fluffy coats.
We had a guy from here, and he was going to buy a house in Scrapster.
Right.
Right, and he said he got taken to the area where the house was. He tried to get out the car, and the wind was so bad he couldn't get out the car. He couldn't push the door, so he just turned around. He says, "I'm not living here," and came back home again.
My husband made that mistake of going out to work one day. I think it was a force 8 or 9, and like the wind wipers just went.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, I'm turning you back and going home."
You end up walking with a slight bend into the wind. Oh,
bless you. So, A Quirk of Felt, how long have you been in business?
I started it. I was trying to think of that today. I think it was about 2010.
All right. So,
that's when I actually set my page up. In fact, on BBC iPlayer at the moment, they're playing Paul Martin's Handmade Revolution, and I was in that as a finalist with. I think it was the first series. I'd made. Well, I'll show you. I got.
Oh, he is amazing.
That was the first time I sort of went rogue and made something off of my own bat, because the lady that, taught me, I bought a DVD and a kit. She lived in Alaska.
Okay.
Because there were only a handful of people in the UK that actually did needle felting, but it wasn't advertised. It wasn't popular at all.
I didn't even know about it until I saw a book in the bookshop. I had never even heard of needle felting. So
it was a case of trying to get hold of the wool, because of course the American wool is actually totally different to ours that they use for needle felting.
Yeah.
But the lady in Alaska, whoops, he's fallen over. She told me the equivalent that I could get in the UK, and then World of Wool started selling carded bats that are so much easier to use. So yes, so it is a whimsy one for you.
I love whimsy. Oh, wow. You put my fairies to shame. That is amazing, Kathleen.
That also, I went rogue with that one because the doll, it was a lady called Anna Popatova. I got her DVD, probably about 7 years ago, and all hers were standing figures. So I did a bit of manipulation to make her sit down on a tree stump.
Yeah, you can't just copy people's work. You have to add your own, don't you? Like you keep saying your word, but it's just your creativity. It's your take on something, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And my favourite now, I'll show you her. You might have seen that on my page. This is Mila.
Oh, I love the detail in the faces.
Well, the wool actually tells me what it's going to do, because I want to go for one way and it'll, look at that little face that's turned up.
Someone asked me last night saying, how long does it take you to make a ferret? And I was like, well, it depends if the wool's behaving or not.
Yeah, because it seems to go through a really ugly, odd stage. And then all of a sudden it'll pop out either what you're wanting it to be or what it wants to be.
Yeah. And your dragons, I absolutely love your dragons. So I've only made like little baby dragons, but yours are just something else.
Well, I wanted, I just go a bit mad. Excuse me, the cat wants to go out and it won't go through a cat flap.
Okay.
She's waiting for her bestest friend to come home from night shift.
Oh, okay. We just have to.
I'm just the one that, feeds her, and I'm the one that gets bitten and sometimes full out attacks, but she follows my husband around like a little dog.
Aww. Yeah, our cat's very temperamental. She's 15 now, but some days she'll love you, other days she'll just stay away from her.
Yeah. But that she moved in with us. We had no choice at all. She sort of started camping in our garden when she was must have been about 8 months old, and she actually belonged to someone 2 doors up, but she moved in with them to start off with. She followed them home and wouldn't leave.
She's a cat that knows what she wants.
Oh, she just knew this was a cat palace. I know she did.
So that wool. My cat loves wool, and my dog. I don't know if you've seen Sumo forever having bits of wool in his mouth.
I've actually sat needle felting on this table here, and she'll sit on the table, and she knows she's not supposed to have it because I'm so worried about her choking on it. And this little paw starts sliding across the top of the table just to nick something. But she only seems to go for certain types of wool. Other wool she doesn't bother with. I used to send to Germany for about 5 kilo at a time. And there was something in that wool that she just can't resist. If any of it's left anywhere, hubby laughs because he knows where she's been into the store upstairs. Yeah. She nicks things. I've got a big wine rack. It must have about 30 or 40 old lemonade bottles in it that I cut down so I can put the wool in.
That's a good idea.
She treats it like a pick and mix box.
I love that.
Yeah, and hubby said, I said, oh, she's nicked something in again. He says, oh yeah, I saw that this morning. She drags it like a lion dragging a kill. So I can follow all the little bits of wool all the way to where she's hidden it.
A friend of mine, they shared the sheep earlier this year, and she's given me a huge bag of Shetland wool. And obviously, it's not been cleaned yet or anything. So my dog is going crazy for this big black bag just full of smelly wool.
Yeah. Are you
The
gonna,
stench is just like, I need that.
are you going to do it? I can't remember what they call it. Where they soak it in cold water for days
Yeah,
and weeks?
I'm going to attempt it. I have attempted it before and it wasn't too bad. It's just picking out all the veg matter.
Yeah.
It takes so long. But I think I'm going to get myself some of them carded brushes and then have a good go at it.
Yeah. I know what
Yeah.
somebody did with ours, or not ours. My friend does wool, and she used those Afro combs. You know the ones,
Oh, yeah.
and she had those fixed to a board at the front of the table and just pulled the wool through
That's a
it.
crazy idea.
That might help.
Yeah, thank you. I might have to try that. I
Yeah.
was sat there with my needle just trying to pick these things just forever.
Yeah, yeah. You'll be there for months.
You still get that now, especially when you get the curly locks and you just the hair and you think, ah, there's a seed in here.
Yeah.
We're all there.
So, are you doing anything for tonight? I can't really, because unless I might put Mealy on because she's got gold.
Yeah, I've got my I haven't made anything special for the whimsical creative. I've got my Christmas fairies that have their gold wings. Oh, maybe disappeared. Oh, where's Kathleen gone? The wonderful world of technology is fantastic when it works. Da-da-da. Hi, Lynn! We seem to have lost my guest. Let's see if I can find her again. Invite. How you doing, Lynn?
Oh, we're back.
You're back. What happened there? The
I
wonderful
don't know,
world
it
of
just
tech.
died. But although I live in a town, quite often my internet is not terribly good, and it doesn't like my phone.
Um,
So that's probably what
yeah.
happened. It probably decided I'd spoken enough to boot me off.
What was you saying? I post mine on the Saturday morning because I like to go to bed early.
Oh yes,
But I'm going to put my Christmas fairy because she's got gold wings, so I think I'm going to use her for the gold theme.
yeah. I might put Mila, because I did see they said that you could put an old picture in, and she's still sat here, and she's wearing gold and sort of gold
Let's
dress.
have a
So
look at her then.
sorry.
Let's have a look at her again.
Oh
Oh, dear. Oh yeah, you could do that with the gold, honey.
yeah, she's got sort of golden shoes on it. Typical fairy boots, aren't they?
Oh, I just love your work. It's amazing.
Thank you.
How long, what made you want to needle felt then?
Um, I think about 2009, one of my son's friends that I'm friends with on Facebook, a friend of his put a tiny little needle felted cat on his page to show him
Ah,
what she'd done. And the minute I saw that, I searched everywhere. As I said, the only place I could find that had anything to do with needle felting was Alaska.
yeah.
And
It's mad.
there's a lady in, I think it's Denmark, Bridget something. I sent
Hmm.
off of her books, but I preferred the one in Alaska because they were like dolls. But
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it before, so I've always done that. I like to do something that no other people are doing, but unfortunately, it caught on.
Yeah, well, it always does, doesn't it?
Yeah, but
But I also they
that's
can't
how I.
steal your essence.
Sorry.
They can't steal your essence. They can't take you away from your work.
Oh
They can
no,
always copy and imitate, but they'll never be you.
no. The trouble is, I got a bit fed up over the last few months, probably down to lockdown. and I really did not have the inclination to do any needle felt. And I've stabbed for approximately 10 years, nearly every single day, and I couldn't. So I went back to sewing. That hurt me fingers, so I went back to needle felting.
Actually, you not got carpal tunnel then from all the action?
No,
the stabbing
no.
action.
I did at one point. I used to do 8 hours a day of needle felting when my husband was at sea, and my right bicep was a lot bigger than my left one, and it was just stabbing.
You have to do the other hand.
That'd be very dangerous.
It still is with my right hand. So I've only been doing it for a couple of years, well, a year, just over a year now. So I'm still quite a newbie to it all, but I sometimes still go straight through the finger.
Oh yeah, I've done it.
Especially if the kids come in, like disturb me or whatever, or my attention's not there, it'll just bam.
Yeah, I can never understand how some people say, "Oh, I needle felt while I'm watching TV." I couldn't do that.
See, I do that.
Oh, probably why you.
I get holes in my fingers.
Yeah. No, I can't. I have to have it. Well, I have the TV on in the background as company. I've always done that when I've been on my own when hubby's at sea. But if I'm not constantly watching what I'm doing, especially if I'm using the 38 star, that needle hates me. Every single time. I think what it is, because it's star-shaped, I think it's a lot sharper. And the number of times it's caught me. It's getting to the point where I virtually say a prayer before I use it. Yeah.
It's out for you. Yeah. I think the worst one I've done is where it's literally gone straight through, like it went whoom. Yeah. It didn't just prick it went sideways.
Well, one of my friends actually sat on one.
I did that the other day, not with the thing, just a normal sewing needle, and it was the blunt side and went straight in my thigh.
Oh.
I know. I didn't think anything was in my cushion, but it must have got stuck in there and sank into it. When I sat down, it pushed it up, and yeah, that hurt.
I bet it did.
I'm not making the mistake of ever sitting on my felting cushion again.
That's why I keep all my stuff in a it's a shaving mug, and I put.
I saw that. Yeah, I had a quick flick through your Instagram again this morning. That's lovely.
That's where I put all my needles, because most of the ones that I've broken, I've had them in my pad, and I've just knocked the pad and I've snapped them. Oh. So by being over in something else, I can't knock them. But my cat likes to chew them.
The needles?
Yes, she mouths a lot. She'll, like at night when I'm in bed, she'll mouth my fingers and rub all the gums on my fingers. And I suppose she's scent marking me. But she does the same, and I've got huge dull needles in there. And she'll do the same with the sticks. And I have to hide everything in my house is high up, anything to do with needle felting, so she can't get hold of it.
That's mad. I've never heard of a cat wanting to chew a needle.
Oh, she's weird. That's probably why she moved in with us.
Weird and wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
And as well.
Are you nice weather at the moment? We've got a bit of sunshine.
It's looking a bit overcast. It's a bit dull, but you can feel the cold air starting to set in now. You can see the season changing.
That's it. You'll be getting ready for the winter storms.
I'm quite excited. I feel like we didn't really get much bad weather last year, so I'm kind of missing the windy storms because I get really excited over any like bad weather. It used to set me out, especially thunderstorms. I miss thunderstorms.
Yeah, so it's not something you get very much up north. But then again, on the other hand, you've got the Northern Lights. Yes. I remember the first time I saw them, and it was just wow, amazing. It's mind blowing. I can remember being a little girl walking with my dad, and I said something about all the lights in the sky, because to me they look like searchlights like they had in the war.
Oh,
Yeah,
right, yeah.
these lights, and that's probably what it, because I can't remember the colours or anything, but I can remember asking my dad what all those lights were doing in the sky. So it must have been the Northern Lights.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Just amazing. Isn't nature wonderful?
It really is, yes. I try not to be on my phone so much, but it's so difficult trying to run a business. I feel like I have to be here all the time. So the other day we went to the woods, I don't know if you saw my little pictures of my nature and like, looking at all the toadstools and just getting my tree therapy.
Yeah. Yes. I don't suppose there's many of those on Shetland either, are there?
Not really, no. Few and far between.
Yeah. I
There
think,
is a few ones, and when you go there, they are absolutely delightful. They are nice.
yeah. And the other ones, the little ones, are all leaning to one side.
Mhm. And my daughter was like, "Mummy, he's cut down them trees. The nasty men have cut down their trees." And I was like, "No, you've just blown over, darling. You can see all the roots sticking up. No one's cut them. Not from
Yeah.
nature."
Yeah.
But
So, what are you up to today?
I have got to continue to resize all my pictures and get them on my website for today from all my new stock for my new launch. That's my job for today. I was
Lovely.
actually up for about 12 hours yesterday. It's killing me.
I'm trying to learn how to do a decent cat, and the video is in Japanese, and I don't speak Japanese.
Oh, fun.
Very
Sounds like
interesting.
my son when he's watching his Japanese origami videos. It's just having to try and follow the pictures.
Yes. Yeah. And then sometimes they speed them up and you think, oh, what did they do there? I'm forever going back to see what they've done.
I love that you're still learning. Like, there's no age limit, is it, to learning? You can always learn new things.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of the newbies, when they've asked questions, I said, even look at sugarcraft videos, claycraft videos. The whole lot of them can be translated into needle felting.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes. It's sort of thing like, it seems like templates now are the big thing, whereas we used to use cookie cutters.
That is
Um,
tongue twister.
yeah, but I've got a lot of sugarcraft cutters that I used to do, many years ago. I used to do salt dough, and I used the cutters from sugarcraft to do that. But some of them are still fine to use now, like little stars and that, to put on.
I've tried that. I tried it with my love heart, but then I felt like I wasn't getting the shape I wanted. I don't know. It just didn't work for me. So I ended up chucking the cookie cutter away and just doing it freehand.
Yeah. But I think with the cookie cutters, if you want them to be all the same size, it is easier. More often, I do it freehand. But anytime that you're sort of looking at it, look at sugarcraft, how they make the things and the leaves, and how you can translate that into needle felting. As I say, and also with clay, they put clay on and scrape it off. With us, we put wool on and sculpt it down. Exactly the same. But
I love that.
Yeah,
That's brilliant.
it's. I mean, sort of. Some people. I didn't say. The other day, I had a lady ask me to explain to her how to make cat's eyes, and I says, "Well, I watched one of. I can never pronounce this lady. Is it Wakaneko? She's a Japanese artist who does cat faces. She's on Instagram. You'll have to have a look at her stuff.
Yeah.
She does one on how she paints cat's eyes. And I told this lady, I says, I just watched her doing it. And she says, well, yeah, but she says, I think you should explain to me how you did it. And I thought, well, how can I explain to her something that I've just watched someone do? I just don't understand it. I think she wanted me basically probably to go there and make them for her. But I've even had somebody ask me how how to sew. Because a lot of it, you've seen a lot of my little people I've made clothes for. And she says, well, where did you learn to sew? And I thought, well, I was sewing from about the age of 5 on the sewing machine. My mum...
And if not, there's lots of sewing classes out online now, and there's YouTube.
It just absolutely amazes me that a lot of people want instant gratification, don't they? They want to know everything now instead of you'll probably be doing it and I'll be learning until I kick the bucket and they put me in a sheep dip to bury me.
No, I'm totally with you. I'm all for gaining knowledge.
Yeah.
It's the only way you can perfect something, isn't it?
Yes. So you know, some people says, "Oh, look, this. Oh, be kind. This is my first posting," and some of them are mind blowing. The first time they've made something, and then someone else says, "Oh, you know, you were all so talented." And I says, "Well, when you think of that, think of all the failures we've had. Of all the years we've been doing it, and we've had failures. You just haven't seen those."
Yeah. Well, I'm still only a year in, so I feel like a complete novice compared to you, but I will get to that stage one day.
Yeah. I think the best thing is just take any training or anything that you can think that you can convert into needle felting. Just learn that. Each little bit. Because when I first started making my dolls and that, my shy Timmy is upstairs, and all the limbs were actually made of shapes joined together and then wrapped in wool. Sort of you had your body, your neck was separate, the head was separate, all the arms and hands came in 3 pieces. But because I learned how to do the basic shapes, then I can actually go on to something else.
Yeah, because like my worry munchers, I do them in shapes.
Yeah.
I do the body, fit the arms, fit the tail on, and then like put the wool on top and just manipulate and shape as to how I want it.
Yeah, it's the best way to learn, because you know, I can't do this. I don't know how to make the shape. But there's so many videos out there. Have you looked at Serafina fiber art?
No.
Have a look on YouTube for Serafina. She's got lots of tutorials for free, and like she now does, she makes a pelt to put onto animals rather than separately putting the fur on. She'll make a pelt and then attach that. But if you look for Serafina fiber art on YouTube, she's got so many free videos on there.
Is that how you did your hedgehog? Because your hedgehog looks amazing.
My hedgehog, I found that on a Russian tutorial site. I think it's.
You'll be speaking another language soon, Kathleen.
Well, it's all done by pictures, so. I don't. My husband can recognise Japanese. I can't, but it's. If I can find the link, I'll send it to you. But if you look for something, I think it's called Live RU, as in the letters RU, and they have loads and loads and loads of tutorials from a lot of the Russian artists. And they're free. I'll see if I can find that amongst my bookmarks. And it just is a case of get your old Google Translate on, and it'll tell you which ones, because sometimes you think you're possibly going to go and buy something in rubles because they write backwards. But yes, I'll send you the link to that. But if you just do a search on Google, there's loads of places that will give you tutorials, and Pinterest as well. Lots on there. So
try to avoid going on Pinterest. It's like a rabbit hole, isn't it? You can just get lost. You can say goodbye to your time on Pinterest.
Yes, it's a case of sort of pulling you out by your ankle straps.
Yes. It's usually my husband saying, "Babe."
Yes. Alice through Alice through the Looking Glass, I think it is.
Definitely, definitely. Oh, Kathleen, and we're going to have to cut you off
Okay,
and say
that's
bye-bye.
fine.
It's been absolutely amazing speaking to you.
And you, my darling.
You're a wise lady.
Got a wise old owl. Woo!
Bless you. You have a fantastic weekend.
I will do. And you take care.
And you.
I'll send you the links that I can find. I'll send you a message with any links that'll help you.
Oh, bless you. Thank you so much.
Okay, we got there in the end. Bye.
We did it. Bye. Do you know how to go now?
Yeah.
Oh, bless. That was amazing. Guys, if you want to have a live chat with me at the first Friday of every month, then just send me a message and we can have a cuppa and a chat. And yeah, cool. Thank you, Kathleen. You was amazing and I love all your work. And everybody who's watching me today, thank you so much. I will put this on Facebook and on YouTube as well as on here. So thank you. Bye.